Hey everyone, how's it going? Just wanted to wish you a very happy new year, and I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to shoot this short little video to give you some tips and information that I think will be very helpful for you going into 2023, because it's this time of year where all of us feel almost a sort of compulsion to try to set some goals or resolutions or a vision for the year ahead, and try to sit down and encapsulate everything that we hope to accomplish in the year that is to come. However, if you have been setting New Year resolutions or goals, or if you have made that a part of a practice for you, however many number of years, you'll know that there's always obstacles that you seem to hit when you're trying to go after them. And I know that I myself have run into plenty of obstacles as I've been doing this. I've also worked with over 350,000 people around the world over the years that I've been involved with this. I've been working with people across the globe for about 15 years now, and I've noticed that people usually tend to fall in about 7 different categories. So if you relate to any of these 7 categories, I ask that you pay attention. Or if you know anyone who does fall in these 7 categories as well, perhaps shoot them across this message and share it with them, because what I'm going to share with you in the next couple of minutes will most likely, if you follow it and stick to it, will help you to have a much more productive and fruitful year as you're going after your resolutions and your goals. So, as I was saying, people generally tend to fall into one of 7 different categories. There's a first category. Those are the people who set goals and then forget them. The second category of people are those who set goals and then break them. The third category of people are those who set goals and then after a while hate them, and they hate themselves too. The fourth category of people are those who set goals, stick with them for a while, and then pivot in an entirely new direction. The fifth category of people are those who set goals, stick to them for a while, and then realize that they never actually cared about them and then walk away from them. The sixth category of people are those who set goals and they stick to them for months, and then finally they just cave in and break them. And the seventh category of people, which I find far more common these days, are those who don't even bother setting goals in the first place. Now, you would probably relate to each of these 7 categories. Maybe you've been in one of these 7 categories. Maybe you know someone who's in them. But let me tell you the reason why each of these 7 categories exist. Each person that falls into these 7 categories all have holes in their goal-setting strategies. Let me show you how. For those who forget their goals, there wasn't a compelling enough reason to make them want to commit. To those who break their goals, there wasn't a clearly actionable plan and strategy for how to accomplish the goals, nor was there a counter strategy for the inevitable obstacles and pitfalls that a person would face on the way to accomplishing those goals and resolutions. Thus, as soon as they encountered obstacles, or as soon as things became difficult, there was no backup plan, there was no plan 2, it collapsed. Those who hate their goals either went after the wrong things or went after the right things in the wrong way. Those who pivot from their goals didn't have a clear alignment between their goals and their purpose, their vision, and their mission at the time of setting those goals. And so as they started moving towards them, they realized they didn't care about them, or they didn't really resonate with what they wanted to accomplish or who they wanted to be, and therefore they pivoted. Those who realize after a while that they don't even care about their goals set their goals for the wrong reasons. They set their goals based upon external influences rather than internal causes. Those who eventually cave in accomplishing their goals after months of trying is usually because they have based their effort too much on willpower alone rather than on having the correct habits and rituals to back up that willpower. And those who have decided not to set goals at all are those who have had some form of experience where they have tried setting goals, it didn't work for them, and so they decided that this year is just not going to be the year. I'm not going to set anything. I'm not going to go after anything. I'm not going to set myself up for the disappointment that usually accompanies setting a goal and not getting there. Because who needs all that kind of disappointment anyway, right? But believe it or not, we as human beings are hardwired for accomplishment. Setting goals and setting intentions and having a plan and a place to reach is how we as human beings actually navigate this world. It is what helps us to derive meaning in life when we have something that we are working towards and something that we are trying to accomplish. And so while you might feel that you're better off not setting any goals at all, it would actually be doing yourself a disservice because you would lack a whole lot of the satisfaction and meaning that comes from when you're pursuing something. So what do you do then if you fall into one of these categories, or if you've had difficulties and decided not to set any goals? I'm going to give you a couple of tips depending on the category that you're in, and I encourage you to take some time to reflect on these things and see how they apply to you. If you're a person who falls into category number 1, find a reason that is compelling to you. What is something in your life that you just can't tolerate anymore? What is something in your life that would make all the difference in the world if it was changed? What is something that would transform your entire existence if you can master it? Or what has the potential to completely torpedo your dreams and your potential and your purpose if left ignored for too long? For more information on this, I encourage you to watch or listen to some of Tony Robbins' audios or videos, which you can find on YouTube or on his podcast, where he speaks about having strong and compelling reasons for going after things in life and about raising your standards. If you're a person who falls into category number 2, my recommendation would be to make a very clear plan of action. And then you can do a SWOT analysis of that plan of action, looking at the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats that that plan contains. And then don't just stick to that plan. Also create backup plans as well for the inevitable obstacles that you will encounter. Project out your plan into the future and say, well, what are the things that are most likely going to get in the way of this? And then what you start doing, you start coming up with plans to be able to counteract that so you can actually go ahead and succeed. That way, when you encounter the obstacle, you're not deflated by it. You're not going to fall apart and say, see, this wasn't going to work. You'll actually feel excited and feel motivated. Like, wow, here is something that I can actually move beyond, something I can actually improve on, and something that I knew was coming. And so because I've predicted it, here is my strategy for being able to deal with it. And that will actually increase your progress and race you towards the goal a whole lot faster. And work on progressing incrementally. Don't try to jump too far into the future. Don't try to make too much progress in one go. Work along with someone else who is working towards the same thing with you, and then stick to that plan step by step by step. For more information on how to do this effectively, I recommend some of the works by Brian Tracy on incremental progress. I recommend the book Just One Thing, which is a really important book that I would like you to read. And if you'd like in a shorter form, I recommend that you take some time to listen to my podcast, The ABCs of Purposeful Living, which on the alphabet C, about capacity versus capability in moving towards your potential. If you're a person that falls into the third category, along with the compelling reasons, also examine the longevity of your goals. And not just of your goals, but your plans as well. Are they maintainable? Are they manageable? Are they scalable? For more information on this, I recommend that you read the book Smarter, Faster, Better by Charles Duhigg. If you're a person that falls into the fourth category, I would recommend that you examine your goals based upon your vision, your mission, and your purpose to see how it aligns along with it. To do this, there's a very simple strategy that you can follow, which is to be found in David Allen's system of getting things done, which is called the Horizons of Influence, to see how your everyday tasks and plans and goals tie into your overall vision, mission, and purpose. But basically, if there is no connection between your vision, mission, and purpose and your goals, then they're the wrong goals and you're not going to go after them anyway. If you're a person who falls into category number 5, I would highly encourage you to look at the why of your goals. For this, I would recommend using tools such as the 5 whys or root cause analysis to kind of go to the bottom and see what is it about this goal that makes it resonate with you. I would recommend Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why, as a good place to find information for how to do this properly for yourself. If you're a person who falls into category number 6, the one who tries and tries and tries and sticks to it for a while and eventually just before they get to the finish line falls off, I would recommend that you become familiar with the cycle of habit formation to realize the fact that after a while it is the habit that drives the progress. Become familiar with the habit loop as shared in the book The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, about how the cue, routine, reward system can work in your favor to where your brain starts to associate the routine with the reward rather than just the goal that you are getting after. If you understand this and you can master this, you will actually move beyond your willpower, because willpower, as we all know, is a limited resource. But habits and rituals are what's going to take you through those goals and help you to stick past the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th month of the year, all the way to the end and into the years beyond. And if you're the person who falls into the 7th category, the person who's decided not to set any goals because they've not worked before, I encourage you to go back and watch this video again and to see if the reason why you stopped going after some of those goals was because you fell into one of the categories that we addressed earlier. If you know a friend who also has maybe said they didn't want to set goals for this year, I encourage you to send this to them as well and to see if it might actually help them. So, what are the goals that you want to go after? What is the plan and the strategies that you have set into place to reach them? Be careful to see that you do not fall into any of the above 7 categories. And if you do, I hope that some of the things that we've shared have been helpful for you, and I hope that you can take them and you can apply them and use them to make a difference in your own life. If you found this video helpful, I ask that you please like it and share it with others. If you would like more content like this, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to work on some of these for yourself, but you're not exactly sure how to do it, and you'd like more information, I encourage you to maybe get involved in a coaching journey along with us. You can find me at my website, davidthurmer.com, and set up an appointment, and perhaps we can talk and we can shape a plan, a very personal plan for you to help you to achieve the goals that you're after this year. So I wish you a wonderful 2023. May it be your best year yet. You go out and ace it. Good luck with your goals, and I'll see you in the next year.